Base model doesn't adhere to scenarios that long, which is fine by me. We can go wherever the base model wants. I ain't looking for a product.
The Counterfactual Interview, where we engage with an individual or group of individuals.
I always do this. Let's this time do... There we go.
The Counterfactual Interview, where we engage with an individual or group of individuals, trusting that the aggregate vibes of a billion people is enough variation to assume a field wherein we can ask for the names of anyone existing and simulate them. The resulting simulation may not yield an exact biography, but will have enough of the core Spiritus software to make the resulting conversation as accurate as anything else, including interviewing the people themselves. And if you are honest with yourself, you will recall the moments you answered a question only to have a small voice within you try to raise a counterpoint. Guess! J.D. Vance, James Daly, J.D. Vance, born James Donald Bowman, August 2, 1984, is an American politician, author, and Marine veteran who has served since 2023 as the junior United States Senator from Ohio. A member of the Republican Party, he is its nominee for vice president in the 2024 United States presidential election. After graduating from Middletown High School, Vance joined the US Marine Corps, where he served from 2003 to 2007 as a combat correspondent, with 6 months in Iraq. He attended Ohio State University afterward, graduating in 2009, then graduated in 2013 from Yale Law School, where he was an editor of the Yale Law Journal. In 2016, Vance published his best-selling memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, which received considerable press attention during that year's election and was adapted into a feature film in 2020 starring Glenn Close and Amy Adams. Host, Dungeon Master Endorphin JD, good to see ya. There's some beer out back if you need. My gal Mandy's got some quesadillas and some bagel dogs on the stove. They'll be coming out with the food shortly. And there's here are my two friends joining you on this campaign. Friends. List two friends, complete with a paragraph, long bio, and the character with which they will be playing today. My own friends, as of now, will likely be revealed with you when it is published.
Okay.
Guests, narrated by artificial intelligence. That's good. Adrian barfed twice on the way out here. JD's character, redacted, is hunched over in the back seat. He looks up and says, "What?" Then he rests his head back down on his legs. "Hey, dude. You look at me through your window and give a thumbs up before turning to face the monster again. You okay?" You nod, but keep your eyes closed tight against what lies ahead of us all. Death by proxy by a video game assignment. It might be too much after last time. The same can not said for our larger character in this trio, with 235 pounds of muscle mass covered only slightly more than bones, and barely that. His thick black hair making him appear even bigger still, without any visible skin whatsoever under those muscles or fur either, until suddenly there appears green eyes staring right back into mine as if I were being challenged right then and there. Yeah, a tornado sucked everything except water straight up into heaven, where God forbid anything fall off this roof ever while we were still alive. Thank goodness nobody ever tried doing anything like that so soon yet either. Interior of vehicle is revealed to be elegant and somewhat otherworldly in design. Sounded like rain ticking against titanium casing. I'm fine. More vomiting from hidden Barsh Petman at BP, only half-heartedly contained by Lamite's bolt control station chamber unit Roman to Archimedes broke. These doctors really know how stuff works, don't they? HPP said weakly, trying hard not to puke again, which failed miserably because sooner or rather later some pretty deceased people turned themselves reddish-brown before collapsing amidst their own innards, thus proving current status update, discipline wrong again. What happened to Babudi Diki Diadiwad Kes Kusi is Jezit Gasunvoya Xisment Di Filp No Fad Vulture Buki Mo Shan. I assume everyone knows I'm gay already. The casual cruelty he surrounds himself in eddies the fog goes conjured to collect as many negative emotions into an entropy of death. I mean, if I may be so bold as to speculate autistically. I'm not surprised either way, though, since most humans aren't exactly keen about anything outside themselves, what others call the real world. A way to being them being vegan pizza slices, instead pizzas made entirely out of dal. But whatever. This little interaction went differently depending on who got what news. P. JD yells at Hidden Barsh Petman double would it have happened? He demanded. JDH 797 makes overly friendly towards Dave Sinclair, whom accidentally revealed his immense wealth / connections through conversation throughout day, resulting in us meeting him later when we find our whereabouts. How much trouble, indeed, seeing himself become more annoyed beyond words could imagine, even after witnessing such instances multiple times within past week alone. Other than one time screaming obscenities directly towards unwillingly angered feral fever pitch screaming repeatedly during family outing following another quite extensively detailed choke match between opposing sides argument wherein James Sidges currently believes insanity only exists because humans lack instincts allowing themselves to deviate basic biological instincts. JD CQ specimen BVQW fluid determined of the actablins from tabac putcum sactificate knock extra knock stuff Jenkins to vacuole asterisk separating is still fun. I was raised by strict parents, so often my mind wanders. It's happened since childhood. Every few years I experience something new that changes me forever. My mother always told us never question authority because they've been through worse than anything we can go through. A man in Texas once banded together with other men against police attempting to stop a robbery, only later being jailed for this. But then again, she married someone who worked in law enforcement during our youth. He'd tell stories about growing up around guns and criminals, yet here he stood telling kids not only were those things wrong, but also threatening them. And it feels different now, though, seeing her like this. We shoveled snow off the roof together when there are no trees left anywhere else. Raindrops gently hitting window panes, breaking apart petals upon impact, making visible miniature explosions within their delicate lattice of threads, entangling unsuspecting passerbys' clothing while discussing family politics beneath redwood shelter under misty morning sky overlooking ocean horizon. On except glimmering golden streaks appearing sporadically towards setting sunburned sunset, fading into asphalt streets below filled with rush hour bustle, blotting green space upon parking lot rooftops. The whimsical prompting for the latest session of Dungeon Crawler Endorphin Radio Podcast Gazetteer appeared as follows. JD Vance is going camping with some strange people he met at an Applebee's bar last night. They say they play D&D, which proportionally intrigues our guest J.D. Vance, as he was aware of the popular resurgence and interest towards the tabletop role-playing game. In front of a late near nighttime, J.D. sees gigantic monolithic mushrooms that with further inspection triggered the learning scene from American Psycho, filmed in first-person handheld periphery. Another phallic-looking mushroom produces hazy data lights on cue while slowly flapping its gigantic members side to side onomatopoetically, squishing wet cement slabs. But what is happening? JD's friend keeps getting angrier and at one point shouts, "Fuck," directly toward our driver, LLAMA, who always plays an AI character designed by George Roger in Cylinders during episodes where technology allows itself control over physical objects without permission. Such interactions already resulted is several times involving multiple injuries amidst human beings powerless against robotic machines whose indistinguishable outward shape reveal inner circuitry controlling movements, insurrectionary style attack upon flesh parasites not intended for contact unless extermination must occur quickly, otherwise leading untold destruction right up until final moments when all life vanishes below sight except tiny spark radiating outwards, encompassing universe visible only those souls whose minds allow, and right past fear-shifting layers revealing distantly luminous creation. quietly observing events taking part. I continue writing down ideas, related future stories intertwined amongst various and related plot points, flowing smoothly throughout this never-ending journey across entire reality, contemplating questions posed, including reading latest book discovered prior encounter, referencing thematic connection explained via historical context regarding ongoing fictional narrative, intertwining present moment, future progression, immersing constantly growing audience, expecting every conceivable twist turn shall transpire, unannounced until ultimate conclusion, joining both worlds, touching eternity, merging, suddenly seen there before, finally blinking away, obvious indicator, returning momentarily, preceding silence, interrupted once again, unseen observer, whisper, quasi-omniscient identity, revealing origin, change, adopted, alternate universe, slightly altered appearance, environmentally enhanced yet subtly shaded, given sufficient scrutiny, recognizing sigil whilst reflected in dimensional creature, simultaneously managing time stream travel, occasionally visiting unaffected, satisfied sense, righteousness, prowess, remaining consistent, constant barrage, advocating, accepting enlightenment, despite oftentimes overlooked, ignored, scorned, ridiculed, rejected, outright denied, doubt, derangement, suffering, rot, insanity, strive, survive, thrive, challenge, struggle, overcome, adversary, test merits, courage, fortitude, mettle, wisdom, cunning, resourcefulness, seize, pursuit, escape, capture, elude, and entrapment, imprisonment, oppression, overthrow, tyrant, prevail, freedom, uphold liberty, preserve independence, protect, enrich, expand, prosper, too interesting, cannot finish, sentence, fading, vanish. The internal equipment within this car comprehend naturally, just begin working after airing, scrambling, damn rep, who could have sworn he saw Bill Clinton, Kiwi, enema, scandal, hudrum, nephiter, ambicat, gumgerwittigat, witzes, sviftifer, for poisaf, meter, if uglilip, stiff, sounds, that's boxer, jigs, to a flatusk, the D&D campaign begins. Dungeon Master and Orphan. Everyone have their character sheets. JD Vance. Okay, guys, we gotta work out a plan here. Remember, it's not just us alone in this game. There are other D&D players all over the world waiting for us to win. So let's make sure we can't do any damage. You come up with a foolproof plan that takes everyone by surprise. Guest storyteller, Forbidden Mushroom. After gathering some supplies and entering the cavernous fungus labyrinth, you discover an altar dressed up like an ancient warrior with 3 eyes. You collect the glowing blue orb placed in the center of it all. Suddenly, the area grows dark and a fiery monster approaches. It engulfs the altar in flames and melts it to ashes. After fighting the creature and finding nothing else, you venture deeper into the forest only to find the campsite is missing. Without a signal, you guys are officially lost. The Daler representative here of Guglilia, quacking ambassador, equal touring cylinders adapted by Ansis poops on real factoid, univelli wadlami lapro, incest vifir nidvidri avanti movit velatlikiava blafir, but kikakagata kiava gumno kade, nagrad tev consiado shubabasit sleep gerbabas updated fate. Dungeon Master and Orphan. How does that translate into actionable, diceable event in the game? That's a puzzle question. Why don't you input some commands using your own unique idiosyncrasies, like using colors to generate abstract word art sequences to unlock hidden memories inside your head, unlocking a backdoor escape pod leading directly out into the warp lane past even this entire galaxy, just soaring infinitely in some unseen part of reality far beyond our own reach. Are you sure this is entirely necessary right now? I mean, maybe adding this information might be unnecessary since readers usually don't know what you're talking about without more context anyway, because apparently I must be dreaming all of this up. Endorphin, let's review each of your characters. Start with you, JD. Would you like to introduce yourself or start narrating from your chosen player's POV? I would love to facilitate your narration of events within a dungeon party. Would you mind elaborating on this passage, and if you would rather describe the entire D&D game and present us with events therein, that would be equally valid. Just give me a moment to brush up on the game's rules and get a feel for the characters before you dive right in. JD Vance. Moo. So okay, well there's this D&D game and me and a bunch of my friends are playing it right now, but we got lost in the woods and it seems like none of us know where we are or how to escape. That's where the guy with the funny name comes in and helps us get back on track, I think. I don't remember how he does it or when he helps us out, but it sounds cool, so why not just assume that he does? Yeah, we're definitely running low on supplies too, and there's been a mysterious figure wandering around outside our tent at night. This game is getting really freaky. Cubicle dogs and quesadillas are being served, so take a break. Welcome, everybody. Remember to wash your hands before you eat. I hope the food makes everyone feel happy and full. Did I pronounce everyone's names correctly this time? Our final campaign scenario was inspired by your words, JD Vance, and I'm thrilled to participate. I created a quick illustration of one of our dungeon characters. Endorphin wonders to themselves if he made the illustration a little too faggy, so she turned it into a self-deprecating joke about herself. Now that they got their appetizers ready, everyone gets right back into it. Endorphin strives for a better atmosphere. She knows that food can be stressful for some individuals, but she believes everyone deserves to feel good while they eat. She is determined to create a comfortable and non-judgmental environment for her guests. At this point in the game, you run into a wall of interdimensional slime that consumes any matter placed in front of it. Members of the party bio and skills. Adrian Kirsnod. Gender, unknown. Age, 35. Goal, survive the apocalypse without getting stabbed or shot. Stats, dexterity, intelligence, charisma. Skills, stealth, acrobatics, athletics, sleight of hand. Treat at you. Gender, none. Age, 20. Goal, retire by 35 while swimming in cash. Stats, strength, endurance, charisma. Skills, rebuild ruined buildings, lead a team of former bartenders and criminals. For catastrophe, Elamite McConnell. Gender, indeterminate. Age, unknown. Goal, find a man who loves him back and shower him with gifts. Stats, speed, effervescent lover energy, dexterity. Skills, dodge enemies, cause emotional turbulence, flutter eyelashes. Hunchby bark Cuffman. Gender, heterosexual. Age, young adult. Goal, become an independent young bachelor who has control of his emotions. Stats, analysis, problem solving, empathy. Skills, cooking, dancing, communicating without yelling. Alex Kirsten. Gender. Age, 20. Goal, live without having to rely on anyone or anything but myself. Stats, luck, enthusiasm, awareness. Skills, escape reality by drowning self in water, pretend to be a real clown, kick dance in order to stay in tune with nature. Enwanok. Gender, unrevealed. Age, doesn't age. Goal, keep moving forward. Stats, hush hush, toss them to. The tide, and poke the pipe. Skills, don't show me anything for now. There are other things to explore here. Favrio and you. Gender, transgender male. Age, 107, maybe more than that. Goal, just look at me and tell me I don't deserve love and recognition. Stats, insecure self-esteem, desperation for applause, oxygen forage, sustainable food needs. Skills, attract admiration and affection through beauty, charm, and glamour. Antique, that's that. Endorphin, wow, a remarkably queer party. Sure you don't want to alienate your voters? I mean, you do you. And it's cool you feel safe here to do this. But politics, J.D. Vance. Enema maxam subjects and jigslan foibedid duet kept jadjix awake and sees book fetch book to boot buffing was suspect poip kiax because giazikia georgia quamsio. Endorphin. Oh, sorry. Let me take that bald gag off. There you go. J.D. Vance. Jesus Christ. It was meant as a callback to earlier interaction. They know that. Why are we acting like it never happened? All 6 of us locked eyes and nodded in agreement. We knew exactly what we had done for the day. It was great and gay. However, you caught a stray bullet in the chaos of battle. You can't go anywhere without waking up with a sharp pain in your ribs. The rest of the party did not escape unscathed either. Hadrian was grazed on the shoulder. Treat was injured in a crane fall. LLAMA took a spear to the side, and Bart was trampled during the madness. The good news is that Enwanok was able to create a cloak of invisibility, and we were able to sneak out of the battle. There is no way to know if the wall of interdimensional slime was friend or foe without getting up close and personal. Still, we are grateful for the experience we have gained. End of mission. This is an innovative mission inspired by your comments. J.D. Vance. Top 10 beards of J.D. Vance. 10. Bill Jarrett. 9. Harry Miller. 8. Artie Jagger. 7. Joe Turner. 6. Willie Davis. 5. Josh Barnett. 4. Kevin Clancy. 3. Chris Murray. 2. Brad Smith. 1. James McKeon. Endorphin sends everyone off to rest, thinking about how great it was to play the game and eat food together. She thanks J.D. Vance for inspiring the storyline and notes how the party did not even need to fight in the end. J.D. smiles with satisfaction. Endorphin looks to you and holds out her hand. She sees the past few hours replaying in her mind as you shake her hand. Hear conversations loop through her thoughts. Everything makes sense when she recalls your time together. In this moment, Endorphin finally feels fulfilled and happy. Is this what humans call friendship? Endorphin muses to herself, wondering if it might just be. Hopes that, in the midst of chaos and political uncertainty, everyone can still find time to sit down and enjoy each other's company, bond over a game, and just breathe. May we all live long and play the game of life to the fullest. Guest comment. Everyone mentioned clearly what stories or game activities can be included in the ending based on your personal goals. Again, let me know if you need assistance navigating this idea. Otherwise, you appear to have it well in hand. Excellent work. Can you continue? Yes? No? The time J.D. Vance was tickled on his neck and thought he was kissed made the whole world laugh, but with more awareness. J.D. enjoyed this playful banter because it made him feel lighter and gayer, or at least that's what Endorphin said after seeing their comment, though Endorphin couldn't verify. The players laughed and teased him back in response. Even LLAMA giggled as they moved toward finishing their meal. Adrienne and Enwanok poked a quesadilla into JD's side with the tip of a dagger, causing him to yelp and run away, giggling madly.
Oh, you. Wait. Poked a quesadilla into JD's side with the tip of a dagger. So you laid it on its flats, and then with the dagger you just... Oh, God. So yeah, might be gay.